And how gonna try to keep people up there if there ain't no rice there? Great God, the people can turn their back. But throw some rice on. And here, how can you a poor pan of rice with just a leaf butter on them, and that'll dinner right there. Then right over, you know that clap again in the bottom part, y'all probably ain't supposed to know about that because y'all throw this thing in the box here now, or plug in the wall and push your number. And he, so y'all might not stand tall to him in the cracky people. But them wouldn't know what pot is. When you used to have pot and thing and you don't give that rice in it, sometimes put it fall asleep, and then the thing start to bump. What type of scrape out? Scrape out what? Take off that leaf white point on the top, that clamp over there at the bottom, then get one of them big old silver spoon. Get that thing out there, get some of that long pork off there, and sprinkle a little bit of sugar. Crap, God, that was cereal there. What? Stay there doing no. But see, these children now throw away everything. Throw away this shepherd, throw away that one, throw away this shepherd. And they get that thing from the buckler. And we better study with them buckler. When I have the day and I see all the cotton, and that cattle and the warm rice, and right of us in Indigo said, throw everything. We're not there today. But tell me, but throw away ought self. Tell me, we've been the cracky people, and we're the cracky teachers, so, because they're going to stand tall. So, some of the children going on and follow behind them, and now that they can't keep with their own family. But now, all the rest of the children say, okay then, we understand what they're talking about, and they're going across the bridge and take the deal with them back around, and when they get there, they talk to them this way. And they go ahead and dialogue with them in their language just fine and all of that. But then when they would get home, look at girl, I've been across them, people don't think like that, and people crazy on you know. And people don't like me calm down, but they don't like me to. And I think why they won't. So, people never knew when they went into town, they went into the cities and into the market, that they even had another language, that they even had another culture. They made them believe that they had drank the Kool-Aid and believed that all of their culture was to be thrown away. But anything you value, you don't just throw out there on the front lawn, you know. You kind of harbor it inside. You protect it. You know, back when we used to have wood floor and things like that, plenty of time we go in people's house and I wonder what they're doing in that corner. I bet you one thing, if you would stomp on that board, it would have flipped off and you would have find one of them old Mr. Jardine, they would all kind of funny deal. But see, now that y'all put all these concrete floors down, you know, and then you parquet them and the things like that, and no wonder you ain't got no money in your pocket. Better was on the floorboard, because ain't nothing for going need to get. But honey can only go back and get something after honey done left something there. But if you been left nothing, ain't nothing for go back and get. And see, that's what people were hoping, that the ones who cross over there and would go into town and would start to throw away all of their language and all of their healing practices and all their traditions would never go back. See, they tell them ain't nothing there to go back to. But while you gone, they were right in that corner trying to stop that board and flip them up and see what been underneath them. And the ones who did found richness, found culture, found heritage, and great God did it find some land. Land where honey and apple was great, but whether honey to grow cotton or rice or indigo or okra or mayonnaise or watermelon or cantaloupe or what, you can most walk down and just throw the seed like this. Throw, and let them in. Come back a month later, thing to grow ya, thing to grow there, thing to grow ya, thing to grow there. No tractor, no nothing. Because that is blessing in the land. When it's everything, I like it, people great, God, I see some broke up people, stingy down, have tractor, have fertilizer, have 100 pound of seed, throw them in the ground, nothing go. But we, because that energy comes, carry this nothing but way out. All in life, he had nothing but foolishness and things but try to choke out all the rest of people. So whenever he hands stick to something, they want to get produce more weeds. But people who like what they are blessing, people who share with God, they like that, they need but a handful of seed and can make a field bigger than this place. Grow they learn that from? Their book reading. Because they ain't want nobody else to know why God. Them and them bring them back, they want to set them to somebody. Before that, to a street man going on John ain't one boat. Everybody in Manhattan had no boat. One man had a boat, to a street, get in there, they all walk together, they split up everything what did it, and then it come true. Once it get back, one got the truck. All I get one drop the truck, put the boat to the truck, carry the thing back off the land. Then when they get on, it come by everybody do, come by everybody do. Boom, boom, boom. Then they say, hey, what's going on here? Hey, bring a pan. You know, I ask the people, what you want the pan for? What this for? Then they walk in and they pull off. You understand? Bring the pan. They want to bring the pan on, they throw a thing in them. Say, what do you want for this show? Give some the theater, I got you. Get out and leave it a theater, then go on with the business. And get the next list, bring a pan out. Bring the pan and throw something in there. What do you want for this show? You got some rice in it and leave a little cornmeal? Yeah. Go on in there, get some of that cornmeal, get some of that rice, right? Let's get them some grits too. And cow on the show. And while under the wine on down there, drop out that grits out to Miss Maggie. Walk here then. Ain't gonna say no, give me gas money because I'm in the wine, Miss Maggie, please. What kind of cracking is this up? How going that way? So it gonna cost gas when you stop? What kind of walking? Cracking? No. But you know one thing? Nowadays when all the children get together and come down north, yeah, but look like a two-time. You don't see all these children coming back and then they'll say they came to you. Either somebody done going dead and things like that, and then the dead are talking they kind to the home quiet. Or all the rest of the time, then the one done gone and then they come. Okay. Another chance start to study about that, and they say, oh, we need to have a reunion. So far, so few people been a show up and things like that. You figure say about 50 or so turn the floor and things like that. They are 50 for off now. About 500 of the family done did it. We're on the kind of. So you get all these young people together, so. But then when you get together, some can't stand on the one. Because the other family members come from everywhere. New York, D.C., California, Illinois. They come back there, they don't know none of us. And we don't know them. All these things have been going on from time immemorial. But they haven't changed. As far away as we've come, there's so much further we need to go. And any trip is always easier when you go with the group. Because see, when you get tired, somebody else can help you out. If the group got to carry you physically, they can do it. But when you take in yourself and you get weary, you just stuck. And that's how Jimmy and Cato and those lost men at the Stoner Rebellion in 1739 on their way to Gracia Real de Santa Teresa de Monse, because somebody got weary, somebody got tired, and they stopped. And when they stopped,
gotcha.
When they got up, it was by a noose in front of everybody else. To say, don't you ever think of doing this. All of you know, don't you ever think of doing this again. When they killed my brother Denmark Vesey, they not only hung him in the streets of Charleston, they took his skin off and gave it out. And people made wallets from it as souvenirs of the event. And they killed him on July 2nd in 1822. 1739 was when Cato and those had already made it to Fort Mose. But nobody stopped fighting between 1739 and 1822. Gullah Geechees continued to fight, and they kept renaming us and start calling us Seminole, truly meaning unconquerable. But from the Cimarron word, meaning exiled or wild. So that they got you thinking Seminoles are Indians. Got you thinking Gustavo, Yamasee, and Cree, and all these people are Indians. This is not Indian. They were the indigenous people. Mandinka, Malenke, Yoruba, Gola, Gizi, Mende, Temne, Fiki, Vimeo, and all of them who are the ethnic groups that make up Gullah Geechees. We are all of Mother Africa. We don't have to do no DNA. We know who we be and who be in we. So that